breaking news out of Sunday night's Pacers-Bucks game in Milwaukee here. This is the first quarter. Just watch Damian Lillard. After Gary Trent Jr. misses the three, he stumbles, falls forward. He stayed seated on the floor during the rest of the Bucks possession and the next Pacers possession before a foul. Lillard needed help getting off of the floor here. This had all the hallmarks of an Achilles injury, non-contact, goes down holding the back of that calf here. Just one more look. Damian Lillard, he would sit on the floor there waiting for his teammates to pick him up. He went back to the locker room and he did not return. Then Indiana takes a 3-1 series lead here. But of course, all eyes after this one on Damian Lillard. And the Bucks, they posted this image to their social media last night after the game. You can see the caption. It reads, "Love you, Dame." So let's bring in our senior NBA insider, Shams Charania here. Shams, I just mentioned this. This certainly looked like an Achilles injury. What is the official diagnosis?
Malika, sources tell me Damian Lillard has been diagnosed with a torn left Achilles tendon. He underwent an MRI late this morning in Milwaukee that revealed the severity. He is out for the season. And of course, the timeline of Achilles tears, that puts next season potentially in jeopardy as well. Usually it's a calendar year potentially with an Achilles tear. So just devastating for not only Damian Lillard, the Bucks as well. He himself has overcame a lot this year. He had multiple different injuries at different points with the calf. He had a 3.5-week unprecedented in his right half that he came back from just about a week ago, last Tuesday, for Game 2 of this series against the Pacers. And now he has a left Achilles tear. He is done for the season, and it's crippling for the Bucks in a lot of ways because now you have a salary slot of $60 million with Damian Lillard for next season.
Shams, thank you so very much. Stick around. We're going to talk to you in a little bit for an update on Jimmy Butler as well ahead of the Rockets and Warriors Game 4 here. But first, staying in Milwaukee, let's take a listen together to Doc Rivers on Damian Lillard last night.
This is a tough one, honestly. Blood clot, followed by this. It's just tough. I've seen injuries like deflate teams, but tonight, that one hurt.
It's hard being in his position. But man, he's one of the toughest, mentally toughest guys I've ever been around, and that's why he is who he is. I always had respect for Dame before we became teammates, but now my respect level is much higher, and I believe he's going to overcome every obstacle that's going to be in front of him. Everybody going to be there for him, and no matter what the obstacle is for him, he's going to overcome it. We're going to help him overcome it.
Here now with Janae Blumake, Kendrick Perkins, Brian Windhorst, who's going to be joining us in just a moment as well. This is unfortunate under any circumstance, but in a league full of great guys, Damian Lillard, Janae, is one of the best. When you saw this, what was your reaction?
My heart was broken. Yeah. You guys know I've known Dame for a long time. We're close friends, and to see him go through this type of circumstance, knowing all that he has fought through, it was tough to watch. But Giannis said it best. He's one of the mentally toughest guys we know, and I know Dame, the recovery starts right now. He's that competitive. Now, as for Achilles injury, I have had one. And a lot of people will start talking about the timelines for those. Some are conservative, like a year, and some are accelerated. And this is one thing that I think people should understand when it comes to timelines. Over the last decade, the science when it comes to Achilles actually has improved dramatically. I was a beneficiary of one of these types of circumstances. Prior to 10 years ago, if you saw an Achilles injury, it would go from your ankle, the bottom of your foot, all the way up to your mid-calf. Now these surgeries have really allowed athletes to come back quicker. Now that scar is about 2 inches long. We've also seen some amazing comebacks from Kevin Durant to Breanna Stewart, who had an MVP season and a championship after tearing her Achilles. Alyssa Thomas, that's my former teammate who went through it. The timeline has shifted. People can come back quicker, but still, I think, given the point in Dame's career, he's going to be smart and probably go the long, haul for this type of situation. It was tough to see, but I do want people to not think that this is like the end of a circumstance for someone. More so, it's the fact that, science has helped athletes recover quicker than before.
Well, one, we want him to hurry up and get back on the floor because he's a joy and a blessing to watch. He never cheats the game. One of the most elite scorers that we have ever seen at the point guard position. But you have to start to wonder, right, at this stage of his career,
34 years old.
The timing. And when you talk about what he needs and what he was trying to accomplish, obviously forcing his way out of Portland, going team up with Giannis Antetokounmpo, it was all about championships. And you only have a certain amount of time or window when you're talking about competing for a championship. And you look at the young studs that's coming up, Tatum, Anthony Edwards, all those guys that are coming up right about
you're right.
That are coming up right about now. And so that's the only thing that's the second thing that came to mind. It's like, when he does return, is it going to be too late for us him being able to go out there and try to go pursue and win the ring?
And those players that I mentioned, Kirk, you're right. Kevin Durant, Brianna Stewart, Stewie's like 6'4", 6'5", KD's 7 feet. He can shoot, right? She can shoot over people. Dame being a little bit smaller, trying to, maximize his explosive or athleticism. The rest of that, that is harder for a guy like him.
Right, and Damian Lillard is 34, Kevin Durant was 30, and so you kind of look at those differences as well. I want to bring in Brian Windhorst joining us from Miami here. Just devastating news for Damian Lillard for the Milwaukee Bucks. And when you start to look towards the future of Milwaukee, what changes, Brian, in the immediate future here?
Yeah, Malika, obviously everybody feels for Dame Lillard. He's a top 75 all-time player, but it would be intellectually dishonest not to talk that the league's reaction is, what does this mean for Giannis Antetokounmpo? This is now going to be potentially 3 consecutive years that the Bucks don't reach the second round. Of the last 9 playoff games that Giannis has even played in, they are 1-8 in those games, despite him averaging 30, 15, and 6 assists. It's going to be very difficult for the Bucks to present him with a team potentially missing all of next season for Dame Lillard that is going to be able even to get to this level. So the question for the whole NBA is, what does Giannis do about it? Does Giannis indicate to the team he wants to stay put and remain a Buck going forward? Or does Giannis indicate he may want to look around? And if the answer is B, the entire NBA offseason will hinge on it. I don't even think any team can make a big move until they figure out what Giannis might prefer.
One thing we do know is that John Horst is going to be at the helm of whatever direction this goes. He just signed a contract extension, the general manager with the Milwaukee Bucks, so he will either be stewarding this, continuing to make moves around the margins here around a Giannis Antetokounmpo, or looking towards a new chapter in Milwaukee. Of course, Dame was the somber note that Sunday ended on, but earlier in the day...
What's your favorite team? Comment below, and if you like the video, please leave a like. This really helps the channel grow and brings you even more content. Oh, and if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and activate the bell to receive all notifications. With each game, we notice that the NBA is getting more competitive every day, and all the teams are looking for reinforcements to win the championship. And only here can you follow your favorite team daily with incredible content from different sources. Here on the channel, there are new videos every day with analysis, curiosities, and the best moments in basketball. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for following along. The NBA doesn't stop, and neither do we.